I'm expecting that you have gone through HDI and IHDI. So today we will discuss about multidimensional poverty index. So MPI.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah,
Sir, I have a doubt.
tell me. Now next is today we will talk about MPI, multidimensional poverty index. Multidimensional poverty index, MPI. So under that, the first point, you just write 2-3 points and I'll explain how is it going to work out. It was developed by UNDP. It was developed by UNDP along with Oxford Poverty and Human Development Initiative. Along with Oxford Poverty and Human Development Initiative. It measures poverty and deprivation. Okay, so when we say poor or poverty, we mean to say deprivation from basic amenities, right? In general, poverty means deprivation from basic amenities. So here various other aspects also will be taken, illiteracy or illiterate, hungry, cloth, everything will be taken into consideration when we discuss about multi-dimensional poverty index. Different dimensions will come here. Even in Suresh Tendulkar committee also we have added more, right? In Rangarajan also we have already done those discussions before. So I have told you what all elements are added in considering the poverty ratio. So here multi-dimensional concept, you will see 10 indicators here. And from these 10 indicators also last year there was a question in the prelims. Just write one more line. It measures poverty on the basis of deprivation of households in respect of various amenities. Okay. So we will now try to understand how is it calculated. So we have seen the dimensions in case of HDI also. So here also you can see the same dimensions. Health, one. Okay. Second one is education. In case of HDI and ISDI also it was the same. Third one, standard of living. So these are the dimensions. Here also these three are the dimensions. So what is common in all the three, HDI, ISDI and in MPI? These three are common: health, education, standard of living. Now the second column, that is indicator. There also we have discussed about various indicators. So here when it comes to health, 2 indicators are there. So health, 1, 2 indicators you need to write. So total 10 indicator is what in MP, multidimensional poverty index you can see. MPI, total 10 indicators are there. With respect to health, there are 2 indicators. One is nutrition, the other is child mortality. Nutrition, child mortality. When it comes to education, adult literacy, okay, and then children enrollment. So far 4 indicators are done. So this is the third one, this is the fourth one. Now there are 6 indicators. Okay, so from here you will see 6 indicators. What are they? You can write cooking fuel. From this question was asked: access to safe drinking water, and third one, access to electricity, and then access to toilet, and then floor, whether the floor is mud or cement, based on that, and then assets. Okay, different assets. So what are the 6 which will come under standard of living? Cooking fuel, access to safe drinking water, electricity, toilet, floor, mud or cement, and various assets. Now different weightages are given here. Okay, so the three, all the three is actually divided into, so three are there. So for everything 1 by 3, 1 by 3, 1 by 3. For example, this is 1 by 3, education also 1 by 3, standard of living also 1 by 3. So this 1 by 3 will be further divided. Okay, so here when it comes to health, it is 1 by 3. So how can we divide equally to this two? What will be the weightage of nutrition? Can you tell me? 1 by 3 by 2.
1 by 6.
1 by 6. Okay, so it will be 1 by 6. So here also 1 by 6. What about education? Education also 1 by 3 will be divided to 2, right? 1 by 6, 1 by 6. What about standard of living? Everything is actually divided, right? So total is 1 by 3. 1 by 3 for all. Now here 1 by 3 will be divided with 6. So it will be, everything will be 1 by 18. 1 by 18. So weightage for each is 1 by 18. 1 by 18 is the weightage. Okay. Now we need to see deprivation. Here I will take an example and we will try to measure the MPI. So deprivation we need, and for that we will take 3 countries. Okay, or rather than 3 countries, we can take 3 families. So it will be better to understand 3 families. Then you can extend that to 3 countries also, like family A, family B, family C. If you want to, you can take it as country also. So here let's say there are 4 people, here 6 people, here 5 people are there. Okay, now we need deprivation score. Deprivation score for, you know, A, B and C. 3 countries or 3 family here. Okay, so we need deprivation score also. Okay, so 3 families is taken. We need to calculate the deprivation score of 3 families. Okay, so for this, you know, what is going to happen is there will be threshold which is fixed. There will be threshold which is given in terms of 0 and 1. Okay, so if based, for example, if you talk about this nutrition, okay, so if none of the members malnutrition, that is the first threshold. None of the member is malnutrition, that is the assumption. First threshold is, you don't want to know exactly the same, but I am just explaining how is it calculated. None of the member is malnutrition. So if, you know, malnutrition, if yes, then score of 1 will be given. If no, 0 will be given. Okay, like that 1 0 1 0 will be given. Similarly, second one, if you talk about child mortality, right? Child mortality. So here death of child under 5 years. Death of child under 5 years. So if died, that means if yes, 1 will be given. Not died, then 0. So every family, like in this family, so we are talking about a family here. So first we will ask the first case, nutrition. So the assumption is none of the members are malnutrition. If yes, what we will do? Put 1. If no, 0. Similarly, in case of child mortality, if yes, we put 1. If no, 0. Like that, threshold will be given for each indicator. Third one, if you see none of the member, it's not actually required. None of the member got education of 5 years or more. So based on this also 1 0 will be given. Okay, then fourth one, if you see child up to 8th standard not enrolled. So child up to 8th standard not enrolled. So here also 1 0 point will be given. Then dirty fuel like cow dung, wood, etc. So if using that, 1. If not, gas stove is there means 0. Similarly, no drinking water, 1. Drinking water is there, 0. No electricity, 1. That means deprivation. No, if there is a deprivation, simple understanding is threshold will be given. If there is a deprivation, 1. If not, 0. Okay, similarly, if the floor is mud, it will be 1. Cement, 0. Now again, assets. Asset, it could be means of communication like radio, TV, okay, phone, etc. And also means of transportation, livelihood, land, motorized transportation, two-wheeler, etc. If yes, then 0. If no, then 1, because deprivation is there. Okay, so wherever deprivation is there, 1 will be the given score. So all those things you don't want to get into. I'm just explaining how it is actually going to be calculated. So for each indicator there will be a threshold that will be in terms of 1 and 0. So we will try to put some values here, and based on that we can actually understand the different families, whether they belong to, multidimensionally poor or not. Okay, so let me put some values. Threshold, let's put 0, 1, 0. Okay, that means here there is a deprivation for this family B in the first indicator. Okay, and let's say 1, 0, 0. I'm randomly putting these numbers. Okay, 1, 0, 0, then 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0. That means everybody is having cement floor, and then 0, 0, 0. Okay, so here this is the total. Okay, now based on this we need to fill up this deprivation score also. What you need to do is multiply deprivation with the weightage. This is what you need to do. So simply wherever 1 is there, you can replace it with weightage. So 0, 1 by 6, 0, 1 by 6, 0, 0, 1 by 6, 0, 1 by 6, 1 by 6, 0. See, it's actually not required for your exam. I'm just showing how is it calculated, how complex it is. So that is why multidimensional poverty index will reflect everything. That is why multidimensionally poor. Okay, so then 1 by 6, 0, 0, 1 by 6, 0, 1 by 6. If I'm making any mistake, let me know, because calculation it may go wrong. 1 by 6, 0, 1 by 6, 0, 0, 1 by 6, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Now let's add all. Let's see what you're going to get. So okay, sorry, these are not 1 by 6, right? These are 1 by 8.
It will be 1 by 18.
Yeah, but nobody was telling anything. These are 1 by 18. Sorry. 1 by 18, 1 by 18, 1 by 18. So here also these three I need to replace, right? 1 by 18, 1 by 18, 1 by 18. Okay. So what about A? Can you add everything? How much you are going to get? 1 by 6, 1 by 6, 1 by 6. So I have 3 1 by 6. So that will be 3 by 6. 3 by, how much it will come? 3 by 6. And then I have 3 1 by 18. Right? So 3 by 18. So ultimately when you calculate this, I'll get 2 by 3. Right? This is 2 by 3. Correct, no? Okay, correct. Then this is 1 by 6 only 1 by 6 is there. Then here I have 2 by 6. Okay, so these two are 2 by 6 and 3 by 18. 2 by 6 and 3 by 18, when I add, I will get 1 by 2. I'll get 1 by 2. Calculation is correct or not? You can check it later. I'm sure. I think this is correct only. So this is 3 by 6 and this is 3 by 18. When I add, I get 2 by 3. This is 2 by 6. This is 3 by 18. When I add, I get 1 by 2. And here only 1 by 6. So 1 by 6. Correct, no? Yes. So this 2 by 3 means what percentage? 66.7 percentage. Right? 1 by 6 means what percentage? 16.6 percentage. This 1 by 2 means what percentage? 50 percentage. So just keep these percentage values in mind. Okay. Now, so I hope you understood deprivation score is nothing but deprivation into weightage. So that we have calculated. Right? 1 by 6 divided by 1 by 6, 1 by 6, 1 by 6, that is actually 3 by 6. 3 by 6, it is correct only, no problem, no? The values are correct? 66.7, these values are correct, no? Any doubts here in this calculation? Yeah, these values are correct. So this is, or you can say this is 3 into 1 by 6, this is 3 into 1 by 18. So 3 into 1 by 6, 3 into 1 by 18, you will get 2 by 3. Correct. Okay, now let's say if poverty line is greater than 33.3, okay, 33.3 percentage of deprivation score. Okay, so if more than 33.3 percentage deprivation score is there, then you are poor, otherwise you are not. So poverty line is, let's say, fixed as 33.3. If let's suppose it is fixed like 33.3, then who all are poor in this? We got the deprivation score. So poverty line is fixed as 33.3 percentage. So can you tell me who all are poor here? A, poor or not?
A and C.
A is poor, right? B is not poor. C is poor, right? So on the basis of the data which I have given to you, these two are actually poor. A is poor and C is poor, because their score is more than 33.3. So they are poor. Now just write their poverty ratio. One concept, poverty ratio. Already we have discussed in poverty, but still you can write here poverty ratio equal to number of poors. Poverty ratio equal to number of poors into 100 divided by total population, or poverty ratio, which is also we have discussed as head count ratio, right? If you remember, when we discussed about Suresh Tendulkar committee, Rangarajan committee, we have discussed the same. So poverty ratio equal to number of poors divided by total population into 100. Okay, so poverty ratio is also called as head count ratio. And if you remember, when we discussed about Suresh Tendulkar, the head count ratio was 22%. And when we discuss about Rangarajan, the head count ratio was 30%. This we have already done. So head count ratio we have discussed already. So here, tell me how you calculate the head count ratio in this context. Let's suppose this three families are in one country. So this is, let's say, country P. How can you calculate the poverty ratio of this country P? Only three families are there. And how many members are there? 4, 6 and 5. So tell me, what is the poverty ratio of country P? How can you calculate? How many are poor? This A is poor, right? So this 4 members are poor. C, family C is poor, so 5 members are poor. So how many are poor? 9 are poor. Out of how much? Not able to get me? See, A is poor, A is poor and C is poor, right? So 4 from A and 5 from C are poor. Correct, no? And this 6 is not poor. So total 9 are poor out of 15. So what is your poverty ratio? Poverty ratio here in this context will be 9 out of 15 multiplied by 100. So 9 out of 15 means it will be around 60%. Okay. So here the family A is poor, family C is poor. So how many members are in family A? 4. How many are in family C? 5. So how many are poor? 9. So that will come in the numerator. How many members are there in B? 6. So what is the total? 15. That will come in the denominator. So you got it. Now what is the interpretation? This shows the extent of poverty, right? So 60% of people are deprived of at least 1/3 of the basic amenities. 60% of the people are deprived of at least 1/3 of the basic amenities. Okay, so that is how you will interpret this. Poverty ratio shows the extent of poverty. but it won't show the severity of poverty. All these concepts we have discussed before also. You can write next one, intensity of poverty, or A. So this will show how much severe poverty is. Okay?
Sir? So why did we say 1/3 of basic amenities?
Because we have taken poverty line as 33.3%.
Yes, okay.
So, okay. The next is, you can write intensity of poverty. Intensity of poverty. It is weighted average of deprivation score of poor households. It is weighted average of deprivation score of poor households. So here, who are the poor households? Tell me.
A and C.
A and C. So what are the deprivation score for, what is the deprivation score of A? What is the deprivation?
66.7.
66. Can I write it as 67? Okay, we'll write it as 67. Okay, and we need to take weighted average. So what I need to do, multiply by the number of people, right? Right? 67 into number of people. How many are there in A? 4. Plus C. What is the deprivation score?
50.
50 into 5, right? Divided by 9. So this is a weighted average. Weighted average of what? Deprivation score. That will give you severity of poverty. So what this value will be? It will be close to 56%. Okay. That will be close to 56%. So how can you interpret this one? A. This can be interpreted in this way. Out of the poor people. So we understood the 60% are poor. Out of the poor people in this particular country P that we are talking about. Okay. So or poor people in this country are deprived of 56% of basic amenities. Or poor people in this country are deprived of 56% of basic amenities. That means that shows the severity of poverty. So the poor people are deprived of 56% of basic amenities.
So what's in denominator?
Denominator, it is a weighted average. When we are taking weighted average, it is a total number 4 plus 5.
Okay.
You don't want to go into this calculation. I'm just showing how it is coming. That's it. This calculation is not at all important. Okay. So you just get the weighted average of deprivation scores. You will get the severity of poverty. So here, poor people are deprived of 56% of the basic amenity. What about the first one? H shows 60% of the people are deprived of 1/3 of the basic amenity. So 60% are deprived of 1/3 of basic amenity. Now when we talk about the poor people, out of the 60%, the 60% are deprived of 56% of basic amenity. That is that is what you will understand from here. So this shows the intensity of poverty, severity of poverty. So you can just write there, it shows the severity of poverty. Poor people in this country deprived on 56% of basic amenities. Poor people in this country is deprived on 56% of basic amenities. Okay. Now we need to calculate MPI. What is MPI? MPI is H into A. This is head count ratio. This is the intensity that we have discussed now. A. H into A. I'll give you the actual value of India in 2018 value. I'll give you. You just need to update the value only here. Just for calculation purpose, I give you the value now. H is 55%. Okay, that means what? 55% are poor in India. Okay, why this much? More than half is poor in India. When we talk about Rangarajan committee and Suresh Tendulkar committee, it is very less, right? But here 55% are poor because the criteria is entirely different. Okay, so that is why 55% are poor. Okay, now A is 51%. So how will you interpret this A? 55 percentage of poor. This is 55 percentage of poor. So Indian poor are not getting 51 percentage of basic amenities. That is how you will interpret this. Okay, so when we discuss about Suresh Tendulkar committee, I have told you 22 percentage are poor, and Rangarajan committee 30 percentage are poor. So compared to that, there is a huge variation, almost twice, double. The reason is 10 indicators are taken. So obviously it will vary. Okay, so 55 percentage are poor. Now poor people don't have 51 percentage of basic amenities. That is what this will indicate you. Okay, so what you need to do, multiply 55 and 51, or 0.55, 0.51. So you'll get 0.28. Okay, 0.28. So according to, see, actually this is 2005-6 data. Okay, this calculation I've taken from 2005-6. Recent calculation I haven't seen. So this data for calculation I've taken from 2005-6. This number, this value, you can see the 2019-20 value you can update here. I forgot to take that. So this is 0.28. Okay, so according to them, actually maximum number of poor are in India. Okay, and total number of Indian poor, if you take, which is greater than 26 African backward countries, and almost all the poor is actually located in those states like Bimaru state. Okay, like Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, etc. So Bimaru states. Most of the Indian poor are confined to Bimaru states, and Indian poor are maximum in any country. In India, poor people are more than in any country. And put together 26 African poor nations, India have more poor. And they are located in these states, Bimaru states. Okay, so this is one of the best method of measuring poverty because a lot of indicators are taken. Okay, very good method of measuring poverty, but the problem is availability of data. Okay, and this threshold is very much subjective. So everything, all these 10 threshold are 10 value judgments, right? So these are subjective. So that is the reason why the limitation or difficulty in going with this one. Okay, any doubt in this MPI? MPI is multi-dimensional poverty index because many dimensions are taken, 10 indicators are taken. For every index, every indicator weightage is given, different weightage is given. Some are 1/6 and some are 1/18. And deprivation will be seen in terms of threshold. Deprivation score will be calculated on the basis of threshold and deprivation. And then the country-wise score will be calculated. Then you will have to find the head count ratio. You will also have to find A. Okay, this will show you how many people or what percentage are poor. This will show you out of the poor people or the poor people are deprived of what percentage of basic amenities. So let's say this is 50 means the poor people in this country is deprived of 50% of basic amenities. They get only 50% of basic amenities. They don't have the 50% access. Then H into A is actually your multidimensional poverty index. You don't want to break your head in the calculation. I've just shown you how is it calculated. So it is very complex. And towards the end, what I've told you is all these 10 value based information is taken. 10 value judgments are there. So that is the reason why calculating MPI is actually a big problem. Otherwise, MPI is the best measure to understand poverty. Okay.